Welcome to our F1 2025 Japanese Grand Prix prediction reaction. I'm Sahwgunn and I'm joined once again by the amazing Captain Ajax.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello everyone. Just checking a little bit because okay, speak for a second. I forgot to check this.
Okay, I'm speaking.
All right.
I'm speaking. You better keep this all in. I'm speaking.
Little technical issue. You just had to change the volume a little bit. It should be better now. Should both be able to be heard, and we can get into it. Japanese Grand Prix. Well, it was one of the Grand Prix that exist, and I mean,
And
what?
that's the episode.
I mean,
Thanks for watching, everyone.
yeah, I mean, qualifying was alright. I mean, we had a surprise pole position. Maybe a little surprising, maybe for some people not quite. I enjoyed qualifying, but that was about it. Like there was this one practice which had like 5 red flags as well. Yeah. All right, let's like talk about the big talking points from the weekend. Obviously, we had the Lawson Tsunoda driver transfer or driver change, whatever you want to call it. We had Lawson going back to Racing Bulls, Tsunoda into the Red Bull for his home Grand Prix. That livery was just gorgeous. It was even better looking when it comes to on track compared to the renders. And renders look amazing. So yeah, I was a little Red Bull fan this weekend. Maybe not quite, not quite for a team, but I really like the look of the car, and considering it actually won the Grand Prix was interesting. Uh,
In
yeah,
terms of the driver swap, though, it didn't benefit either of them.
uh, yeah. I guess we could talk about them more throughout the video. uh, yeah, not many other talking points. Obviously, we've entered a how's it called? Back to back to back races. It's a triple header. Oh, um, that's the saying. We obviously had Japanese Grand Prix. Now we will have the Bahrain Grand Prix this weekend, and the next one is the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. The first one was not great. I think I've said it already, but it is.
If you can't tell, we really didn't like this race.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, let's get into the predictions, shall we? Because that's the best way to talk about the drivers and then what happened. Big surprise. Signs to outqualify for Albon. I don't think that happened.
No, it didn't. He had a really good start, but that was literally his entire weekend was a good start.
Yeah, Sainz was pretty much invisible for the entire weekend. I don't think I ever saw his initials in the timesheets. Honestly, I think he just like battled whoever was the midfield, like Bartolet or
He,
whatever.
he literally had probably one of the greatest overtakes of all times. Not all time, that's a bit over. He had the greatest overtake of the weekend, which isn't something to say, at the start, and then literally did nothing the rest of the race. Just kept going backwards.
Yeah, interesting. It sounds like a science weekend where it's completely invisible. Like he used to be that dude. Just you never saw him ever during the race, and he just randomly got a podium out of nowhere. Now he's not quite in a car capable of podiums, and he's yeah. Well, he's not delivering right now, like at all. It's just not good. Big surprise for me was Behrman beats Ocon in both qualifying and the race. I believe that's correct, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, nice. Good. Good. I'll just check.
As I said, you're about to get a lot of points this weekend.
Wait, there was Australia, China. This is the third race, right? Of the season.
Yes.
All right. 5-5. Got it. All right. Big surprise in terms of any big surprises. Obviously, there's the pole sitter and the race winner. Kind of a surprise, considering all of the things, and yeah, it's just the talking points. Yeah, let's get to the overperformer. I think we treated this more of the same as last year. I wanted to change this to like there not being a clear one overperformer, but if the driver overperforms and both of us agree on that, maybe we can give the points to several picks or several drivers, if you know what I mean. Just not being like the biggest overperformer, but it can be like if there are three drivers who extremely exceeded expectations, I would say those three deserve the point. And considering we had those instances so many times in the past, I would change this to I would change the name of these categories, but more of a clarification that more drivers can receive the points from now on if you obviously don't disagree. But
yeah, that's fine, but I still don't think either of our drivers overperformed.
Not quite when it comes to this weekend, but as I said many times in the past, you could give it to multiple drivers, and it was very difficult to decide. So yeah, just putting it out there. It also means that there that doesn't have to be an overperformer if every single driver on the grid does not well, or a team or something. So yeah. All right, overperformer. When it comes to the drivers, obviously there's Max Verstappen, who somehow got a pole position and a victory in front of McLaren's. Good shout. There's also, I think Antonelli had a decent race. He was very close to George Russell in the end. Obviously Isaac Ajar, amazing weekend, qualified P7, finished P8. Ollie Behrman as well, good pick, at least from my perspective. And that's pretty much it. Not quite remember any other drivers that stood out, particularly if I don't know. Yeah.
I think Antonelli did pretty solidly. It's probably not an overperformance, but
yeah, it's just like overperformance compared to expectations, or
yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think Isaac Kajar performed well. Ollie Behrman. I think all the people you said are good shouts. I can't really add anyone. I don't think.
Yeah.
As I said, probably not the Grand Prix. It's probably more the Grand Prix' fault that I can't add anyone than anything.
Sure, yeah. Either way, we don't get points for this one. Lawson and Alonso, both of them had very mid weekends. Although Alonso was significantly better than Stroll, which was the first time this season that happened. But I would say that's mostly due to Lance Stroll remembering who he is, and he just had another like P20 weekend. I have no idea what happened. He finished like P10 in every single competitive session, and then just Japan comes in and qualified P20, like a whole second behind Alonso or something, and finishes dead last. I'm pretty sure as well. Not good. Not good from Stroll. He would be my underperformer definitely. Don't think there's any other driver that would suit that place, honestly.
No, I don't think so. Not anyone that I can think of.
Yeah.
Hamilton, maybe?
No. He still like got in there like in the top 7.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm spitballing. I'm not saying he definitely was. I was trying my best to figure out anyone else.
Yeah, there's only one driver who I honestly would give this to, and that's Stroll, and he's like, yeah, this is weird because we had no expectations of Stroll for like 2 seasons now, and he comes into this season and delivers 2 good Grand Prix, and the third one is complete opposite. It's just the average Lance Stroll moment is just disappearing every few races and coming back every 5 races with a good parade performance, and then just disappearing for another 10 races. Just the endless Lance Stroll cycle that never ends until his dad owns the team. So yeah. No points there either, as Piastri Albon. I mean, he did as much as he could in that Williams. I may be wrong, but I think he didn't get points, right? He finished outside of points.
I think he finished 10th.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay, Isaac 8th, Wally 9th, and Alex 10th.
Yes, I think so.
All right, definitely not the performance. Still good at point with Williams. Good for the midfield battle. They seem to be in a battle for P5 with Haas of all the teams.
Yeah, suddenly.
Interesting considering their Australia pace, but yeah, another great weekend for Ollie Wehrman as well. Yeah, the performer Piastri, I don't think so. He was up there qualifying with Lando and Max, and in the race he was actually quicker than Lando, but McLaren decided, screw you, Oscar, you're not getting through. Even though it would probably cost us the race win. Well, not probably, definitely cost them any chance to win that race. From Max.
Papaya rules.
Yeah, I have no idea what the papaya rules are anymore. They just don't seem to make any sense. Like, if those roles would be reversed, I don't think they would hesitate in the lab. They would straight up let Lando through, and Piastri would let him through because he's already done that before in the past. And I just don't understand. Like, it's the start of the season.
I don't know. I think it was so close. I don't really. I sort of see a point of letting him go, letting him try and overtake. I think you are right. They probably should have done that. But we are also talking in hindsight. Lando looked like he was so close behind the whole time that he just get in if he had one good lap, but never did. So hindsight's a wonderful thing, and we're talking in the future where we have that hindsight. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't think that there was any reason to doubt that giving Piastri a chance would be a good idea. Because, like, he was quicker. Everyone could see that at that point. Like, Norris was saying that he's at his max pace, like, go any quicker. And Piastri was constantly, like, losing time because of being stuck behind Lando. It was very strange, honestly. I just don't know why they didn't just try. Like, if they would let Piastri, like, 10 laps before the end of the Grand Prix, let him through, try, if he tries to get past Max, doesn't work out, falls behind, then they can swap them back and land against the P2. But they didn't even try. They didn't even try to win that race. That's the problem. Like, McLaren keeps this.
As I say though, I think Lando was so. It's not like Lando was like 3 seconds behind Verstappen. He was literally what 1/5.
It was
1.5.
It was around 1.5 to 2 seconds, but that was the gap for like the entirety of the race. It shrunk at times, but it was visible that Lando couldn't catch Max. The gap wasn't moving any closer, or like 15 laps or even more.
I just think we do have the benefit of hindsight that it didn't happen, but it did look like it could arguably happen.
At that point, I like, yeah, even if Norris catches Max, there's no way in reality that he's overtaking him, because Lando trying to overtake Max never really ends well. We learned that last season, but Piastri is someone unknown to Max when it comes to racecraft. Not that Max would struggle against him, but I still feel like Piastri would have a bigger chance to do anything to that Max Verstappen victory. But yeah, I guess.
I agree with you that maybe it is worth the risk, but I also do understand why they didn't at the same time.
I guess we can waffle as much as we want. We will not change
There's an alternate universe where we know the answer.
Yeah, exactly. Like, gonna change anything at this point. Unfortunately, it didn't happen because that would be like the one thing that would make this at least better than Monaco last year. Like, there's some excitement. Like we had a single moment during the race where you were actually had to watch the TV unless like the moment in the pits between Lando and Max. Lando was essentially let out next to Max, then went onto the grass. Like those 15 or so seconds was the only time that it was actually like entertaining. And the rest of the Grand Prix was a snooze fest, and maybe I'm biased towards Piastri, but I also think from an entertainment point of view, giving the race a fight for the lead would definitely not hurt the entertainment that it provided. So, all right, I guess we can move on now. Perfect team. Perfect team. Good team. Team that's done well this weekend compared to expectations. Red Bull, good shout, definitely. I wouldn't be against giving this a point. Are there any others? Maybe. Actually, are there any other teams that would you give it this to? Because Red Bull actually won the Grand Prix.
I kind of don't want to take the point, right? Because really, Max that did well.
I mean, the Red Bull definitely had the pace. Like Yuki was up there in Q1.
Yuki was quick in the race.
He had the pace. He just screwed up in Q2. Like, it happens. Unfortunately, you're in a Red Bull, and that's not quite the moment you made the mistake. Yeah, just really bad timing. But I'm sure he bounces back. He already showed way more pace than Lawson ever did in his 2 races at Red Bull. I'm confident in Yuki that he can bounce back. Not that he can be close to Max, like anywhere near, but definitely Q3 and points finish. I don't expect any less from him in Bahrain.
Yeah, hopefully. I would like Yuki to be the answer to this Red Bull thing. And currently, we're still a bit unsure, but hopefully come Bahrain, we'll fully know that he is the answer.
Yeah, unfortunately, this was more of a qualifying Grand Prix. Like, yeah, the order didn't change much. Like, there were a couple of position changes. Like, the entire top 10 changed barely. Like, Hajar got overtaken by Hamilton, but that's about it. Like, the top 8 stayed the same. Apart from that, it was very difficult to overtake, and Yuki, even if he had like super pace, probably wouldn't do much in that race. Maybe to the points, but it was very difficult to overtake. We saw that from everyone pretty much, unless you had a really big tire advantage, and that wasn't the case because everyone was pretty much on the same strategy. Everyone did it one stop. Some drivers like Hamilton, I think Antonelli stayed out longer. But yeah, just a regular one stop race. No, nothing. There was literally nothing exciting that happened during the race except that pit movement. That was caused by Red Bull screwing up a pit stop. Which was like, I guess I'll give this to Red Bull. Honestly, I can't think of another team.
I can't either.
All right. Do you want the point or?
I really don't know. Are we null and voiding any team?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like, Racing Bulls scored points finally, but that was mostly because they didn't screw out a strategy that they, like, that's not a perfect team because they didn't screw up, like, last 2 races. They genuinely had the pace and Lawson
Yeah,
wasn't there.
that's literally been their pace all week, or all season, and they actually managed to see it through for once. So
Yeah.
I can't really give it there. I guess, yeah, but I don't want to give it anyone else. I don't know any other team.
I mean, do you disagree with Red Bull?
Well, in what terms?
Like, were they impressive or not? Compared to expectations.
They were impressive. I think it has to be them.
Because generally, if you're fighting a McLaren on Suzuka for the entire weekend, I know it's Max. He's the best driver in Formula One right now, but like giving Max the machinery was all he needed, and he delivered.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, tragic team, aka an underperformer amongst the teams. Honestly, I don't know if there's a team that's straight up badly. Maybe Alpine, but I don't even know where Gasly finished. And Doohan was having a Logan Sargent entire weekend pretty much. That crash was huge, and it didn't help his chances of staying in Formula One for much longer. I assume he gets until the end of the triple header after Saudi. Like, if maybe it's not even if, because I feel like that team already has decided that they want to get caught up into it, and that car wasn't quick this weekend either. It's just if there's a team, I would give this to probably Woody Alpine. Williams definitely not scored a point. Alonso was able to finish the race, which is already the first time that's happened this season, and showed some pace throughout the weekend. I don't know.
I'm ready to give it Alpine.
I guess there's no clear team that would get this category. Or I don't know. Either way, we can move on to the quali. We spent too much time shitting on the race itself. We haven't really went through the predictions. Quali predictions. P5 was George Russell, right?
Yep. Yes.
So no points. P4 Leclerc, so no points. P3 Piastri. P2 Norris. P1 Max. So no points from quali for neither of us.
You're about to pick up a boatload of points.
Oh yeah, I see now. Oh man. P5 George Russell. That's correct.
Literally, if you just backed your boy, you would have been the first person to get all 5 of the top 5 right.
I just I don't know. I felt like Hamilton would do well at Suzuka for some reason, and if I would put a Leclerc in there, I would guess the perfect 5, which is ridiculous. But yeah, close enough. P4, then Charles Leclerc. Unfortunately, I didn't believe in him, but it's not like I would not believe in him, but more of I didn't believe in Ferrari having an okay weekend, whereas Charles finishes P4 without any headlines like bad strategies or team radios or anything like that. I don't think.
No, they weren't quick at this race. Russell was literally on Leclerc's back the whole time.
Yeah,
but Leclerc didn't do a good quali.
Definitely was not like they weren't quick, but that was. I think George, when it comes to his weekend, he definitely underperformed in qualifying. I think George had the pace to challenge the pole position. Don't know about the race win. Maybe if he would start in pole and get a good start, but difficult to know exactly how that would pan out with Max right there as well. So yeah. Okay. P3, Oscar Piastri. We both get points. Let's go. P2, Lando Norris. A point. And P1, Max Verstappen. I predicted both you correct. This is actually so crazy. Wow.
I think for China, I predicted the podium correct as well. So we're getting close.
Yeah,
we're doing well recently.
We are. And
but maybe it's more obvious what the top three should be each race.
To be fair, I predicted this weekend to be affected by the weather. I mean, it was, but not during the F1 session. So, if it was like bone dry, supposed to be like 0% participation for 0% weather forecast, whatever, for a Grand Prix, I would not go with Max and P1. But luckily, I did because wow. Predicting no McLaren victory is very difficult, and I did that like once, I think, last year, right? Like after McLaren became good. I think I did Charles in Monza, and
yes, you did.
Maybe Max in Brazil, but I don't quite remember that one. Yeah, 5-2. I've done really well this prediction. Wow. Already at 10 points after 3 Grand Prix. So this is one of my better stars, definitely. And yours as well, because you seem to have a slower start than me as like in the last two as well. Last 2 seasons. Maybe it starts for maybe it's the point that we actually got more bold in my predictions, but also on the other hand, you can get the lead as well, and I would feel stressed out because I'm really competitive when it comes to these. Yeah.
Right. Oh, really? I couldn't tell.
Okay. Actual prediction, pretty sure those still happen, unless you want to correct me.
No, they didn't.
To be fair, I could play with the words a little bit. Alex Albon stayed above Lewis Hamilton in the Drivers' Championship.
No, that wasn't what you wanted.
I mean, do you remember exactly what I said? Because I don't.
You said Williams, the team. You said because we had the debate about them being equal on points.
Damn it! You have too good of a memory. All right, I guess no points from actual prediction. Again, it's 3 points. It would be a huge swing. Basically, if you would get yours correct, we would equal this weekend, and it would be on 10 points each. But Yuki, maybe next time. All right, that's it for the Japanese Grand Prix reaction. Honestly, this was way longer than I thought it would be, considering the Grand Prix we had. Any last comments or thoughts?
Let's move on to Bahrain.
all right. Let's get into the Bahrain Grand Prix. Hopefully, it's at least. I mean, the bar is low, but it has to be better than Japan, right?
Yeah, hopefully. Oh, actually, can we quickly mention Jack Doohan being an absolute boss and trying to take the first corner with DRS?
Yeah, that was very brave, but
stupid.
Unfortunately for him, physics prevailed, and it's F1 showed why it's not a video game, and that doesn't quite work out in real life. That's why people haven't tried it. I mean, it would be cool if it worked. Like, you would get like half a tenth, maybe. I don't know. But I mean, the crash was big, and the crash damage was huge, and already that's like it's already almost giving Flavio a reason to sack him like as soon as possible. Like maybe
but
he's just waiting for it to be justifiable, and Doohan's not doing a good job right now to not make it justifiable.
But for me, right, it doesn't matter because I'll always know Jack Doohan as the person that absolutely the biggest balls driver I've ever seen.
Yeah, true. I mean,
I love how he was like, or at least people have been like, oh, he thought it worked because it worked on the sim.
I would like to see that how it worked with the sim. Like, is there no rear downforce or like probably do they have like F124 at the sim or something? So I'm pretty sure that could work on the F1 game, but real life is a different thing.
Yeah, in real life it's never going to work. Anyway, that's how we'll end it.
Yeah, that's how we're ending this for this video. Thank you everyone for watching, listening to us, and as always, peace.
Peace.